Peace forever and always. This is your brother, Taalik Ibn'rad, and welcome once again to another edition of the Reality's Temple on Earth. And of course, I'm your brother, the Angel Snuffing Up 7. And of course, this is the Reality's Temple on Earth. I wonder, are you familiar with what's going on right now? A trial of an alleged ex-Nazi. I have the article right here. The man's name is John Demonigenacook. I put the name, I think, in the more information box. I can't really pronounce it. He's 89 years old. He's being accused of being a Nazi guard at a concentration camp during the reign of Adolf Hitler, Nazi Germany. Hey, I want to ask y'all something. Here's an 89-year-old man. Now, the 89-year-old man is in a wheelchair. He's in a wheelchair, and he can barely breathe. I think he's got a respirator, some kind of oxygen container that he must be. He can barely speak. And to my knowledge, now, wasn't World War II, wasn't that between 1939 and 1945 or something like that? That was a pretty long time ago, wasn't it? About 60 years. About 60 years, y'all. Yeah, whatever. Now, you know what I'm getting ready to say, right? You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. What gets me in this situation is that here you have a Nazi guard. He's alleged. He has not been convicted of any crime. He's 89 years old. He participated in this, or whatever, 60 years ago. Okay. Now, riddle me this. Riddle me this. Why is this man on trial? But at the same time, because he's accused of helping murder Jewish people, those who claim to be Jewish. But when black people want to do the same thing, this is what they tell us. Why don't we forget? How come you don't tell these Jewish people to forget? Here's an old man. He's 89 years old, in a wheelchair, but y'all want him so bad and want him to pay for his alleged crime. You're going to put him on trial, and the man almost dead. But when black people stand up and say, we want the same thing against those who hurt our people, then there's a problem. Why is there a problem? One of the first things they say is that was a long time ago, and all the slave masters, all the slave owners are dead. Well, hell, this man almost dead. He damn sure close. But let us say, okay, they are dead. The old slave masters, all the slave owners, they dead. Right, okay. But they left something behind, didn't they? They left money behind. They left property behind. They left big business behind. And since they hurt us, we want it for what they done to our people. You don't want to hear that, do you? You want us to forget. And then the children of the slave master, the children of the slave owners, benefit. And they know they benefit from what their fathers done. I didn't do it. But you benefit from what they stole. From what they done. If they, through slavery, built a big drug manufacturing company, you benefit from his theft. And this will also get me. Y'all act like the northern white people didn't have nothing to do with slavery. They also benefit from slavery. Matter of fact, y'all need to really get out of your mind why black was free. Black people was not free because out of love. Abraham Lincoln said if there was a way to keep slavery and keep the Union together, he would do it. He didn't give a damn about black people being enslaved. That was as a consequences of two brothers having a fight. Just like black people are on welfare and get all these different welfare programs or whatever, that was not designed for us. That was designed for poor white people during the Roosevelt administration, out of the New Deal, during the Depression. And who benefits from it today? The majority of people on welfare and all these programs are Caucasian people because it's just simply common sense, because Caucasian people outnumber blacks in this nation. But they use their media, their television, to make welfare, put a black face on welfare. Put a black face on the prison system. Criminals. Because they demons. And y'all trust them. Here they are. Jewish people. These people taking an old man ready to die. But they have so much hatred in their hearts. They put him on trial. But when it comes to us, they want us to forget it was a long time ago. But y'all benefit. You benefit from what your father's done. And then when you so-called freed the slaves, out of all that money, out of all that wealth that you got for free, when you freed these slaves, you gave them nothing. So most of them had to go back to the same slave master that had oppressed them. It's a double standard. You're talking about double standards. How can you dare come to us and tell us, here you got a guy who is half dead in a wheelchair on trial for something that happened 60 years ago. You can't, you so hateful in your heart. You just gotta, he ain't gonna die without being punished. But then when it comes to us, oh, it's all right, calm down. And then let us not forget that Germany paid reparations to the state of Israel and probably still paying reparations to the state of Israel for the alleged crimes done to Jewish people. But when black folks talk about reparations, when we talk about, when we ask the American government, find the owners, the slave owners' property for us. Give us justice. Let us benefit from the theft that these people done to us. You don't want to do it, America, because you don't want to give these Negroes nothing. How evil and wicked. That's evil and wicked thinking. Because you don't have no respect for black people. You don't have no true friendship. You don't have no true love, because if you gave us the money and the wealth that black people deserve, then you couldn't be better. And that's what it's all about. You want black people to continue to be an inferior to you. But at the same time, you want to talk about all this love and brotherhood. It's love and brotherhood as long as you run it. As long as you on top. As long as you tell us what to do. Y'all don't don't obey not one law made by black people. You don't do nothing that we came or influenced or created by us. Now you got this man on trial because your heart is so full of hate. But you don't want black folks to think the same way. Well, this one is. Because we deserve, our people have earned it just like they have. And if they can do it, how come we can't? This is your brother Taalik Ibn'rad. Keep an eye on this trial that's going on. Use it as an example to these racist Caucasian folks. This was and is the Reality's temple on earth.